Hi guys, and welcome to the live, I don't know what I did there.
What did you do?
Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And this is the weekly roundup, something that we do here every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on YouTube, the only place that you can catch the channel that cares about you more than your federal government, which really isn't saying that much. We're just coming off the rebound of the Ranch Roundup Live, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. The inaugural. I got yelled at for, it said on the banners, the first annual. Well, the first of anything is the inaugural.
Oh, well, it's first annual.
So I got yelled at for that. But it was the first annual, I'm going to say it anyway, Ranch Roundup took place here at the ranch last weekend. In fact, oddly enough, some of the people that are here in the live stream were here on the ranch less than 1 week ago. That blows me away.
We're still recovering. Today's the first day I felt somewhat normal.
It's been a long time of getting ready, and then of course after everybody left, then you still have to clean up.
You still have a lot of cleanup.
I still have a lot of cleanup left to do, but you still have to go through and start picking stuff up and all this stuff. We had a horrible storm on Sunday. The day afterwards, so all that trash that was left ended up blowing out in the pasture.
Well, there wasn't a lot of
it, but there was, we had that storm come through, so a lot of stuff blew around.
Luckily saw the storm coming, so we did get a few things put away, like the lemonade stand, which would not have survived the storm. No. So,
and the porta potties that went end over end, which was kind of exciting. But so there might be a piece of you on the ranch left. So. Who knows?
I did see the blue liquid where it spilled.
A little messy.
It's kind of by the high tunnel, like it's not where it like runs. It won't run into the high tunnel, but I was like, oh, that's a lot closer to the high tunnels than I would prefer.
It's something you don't have to think about usually when you go and see porta potties set up somewhere. You have to plan. Okay, we might have high winds. You got to figure out where these things might end up.
And literally, I told them where to put them, and they didn't put anything. They put 4 of them where I wanted. There was 3 that were not where I wanted them.
The Ranch Roundup, I think, came off pretty well. If you were here and you're here tonight, be sure to let us know. We're going to be sending out a survey to those that were here, so we can get some more localized input on how things went down and stuff like that. But if you were there, feel free to share with the other people who might be debating on whether or not they want to come next year. Because I think if we do it next year, I think that's kind of the plan at this point.
Yeah.
That will actually open it up to more people as well. There was a lot of people here on the ranch, but it spread out so much that it really didn't seem. You weren't like elbow to elbow with people.
No, well, in all reality, we had 200 tickets sold, and that was what was sold, and we had a lot of people not show up. So we didn't have anywhere close to 200 people that actually checked in. Which in some ways, like, it's fine, obviously those tickets were sold, but in some ways it was frustrating. We'd prepped for 200 plus our support staff and our vendors and stuff, so we figured like 250. So that's what food I made. And we had a lot of people that were nice enough to notify us that they had some family emergencies or stuff had come up. We had resold some tickets, but then we still just had a lot of people that just did not show up.
That was frustrating because there was people that were definitely wanting to come that couldn't get tickets, and we put tickets on sale so early that we sold out really early, and then I think when we sold out, we were less than 50,000 subscribers. So if you look at it in a weird kind of way, there was 50,000 people that had no chance to come.
Yeah, and JB Weld says build a 15% no-show buffer. We had almost a 40% no-show this year.
Yeah, so, pretty close. It was something like that.
So we're gonna do some things different next year to help maybe like work that in, and like understanding now that not everybody is gonna potentially come. But I mean, we do ask, if you guys buy a ticket, like, please come or tell us. And we're like, one thing we're gonna do is build a much deeper waiting list. We did have a waiting list. We cycled through all that stuff earlier. But I mean, we'll work to make sure that we actually get around 250 people here on the ranch. So it's just essentially, if you think about it, if you buy a ticket and you don't come, you're keeping somebody else from getting to experience it.
So the other great thing was that the day after it was Monday, like a cold hit me that it must have been shaking hands and all that kind of stuff, or it was Lincoln going to school or the kids going to school or whatever, but I had a cold that kind of could have knocked me out.
You got sick after the whole week of Roundup. I had a horrible week. Like, I was injured. I was a hurting unit the whole week of Ranch Roundup. So yeah, you've been suffering. I don't have the cold yet. I had a horrible neck injury.
You did. What did you do to your neck?
I had gotten a kink in it. It was fine. It was getting better. I woke up one morning and I was like, oh, it feels better. Like just a kink, like I slept wrong. And I like tipped my head back to put my hair up. Like if you're a woman, you do this. And it was like my neck, like when your knee buckles, except for my neck did it. And it like threw my head back and like literally my head touched my back. It was very traumatic. So all those muscles.
Where's the camera?
Oh, it was awful. Like the most awful.
Where were you at when this happened? No, never mind. We don't want to know. Never mind.
It was an awful experience. So that whole, like, it took until almost lunchtime. Like, it would, like, spaz, and it hurt so bad I, like, almost was crying. And then I have this rib injury, like, from, I've been coughing forever, like, and my rib still hurts. My neck's better, but my rib still hurts. So.
Oh, my gosh.
It was
You're going to
bad.
make it, though, I swear. You're going to make it.
Like, I was in rough shape.
You
like,
were.
I think on Wednesday, because I had to go to Walmart with Tammy, and we ran into Jake and Lauren, and they were like, hey, how's it going? And I went, it's going great. Like,
Isn't that fun?
it was bad. So, we went to bed before 8 o'clock last night. That was awesome.
That was super awesome. Erin actually sent me to bed last night, and she was like, you go to bed, get some sleep. And it did help, because I woke up feeling, I didn't sleep well. So I'm having the weirdest dreams ever, where I'm still getting ready for Ranch Roundup, and it's like people are going to be on the ranch in like 8 minutes. And there was a big, remember when we first moved here and Gilbert had not a dirt pile, but it was a pile of wood that sat out in the middle. Remember that? It had like telephone poles in it and all kinds of stuff. So I keep on having this dream where it's like 8 minutes before people are supposed to be here for the Ranch Roundup, and that big pile of wood is sitting there, and I need to get it out of here. And it's just a big, and I'm like, I'm just going in with like the tractor and the grapples and just grabbing it and like throwing it and just trying to hide it everywhere. Weirdest dream ever. But that one kept on waking me up. I don't know why.
You were like talking in your sleep last night. I told you too last night. It's like, we need to set an alarm so I can put the kids to bed. And because I fell asleep, and Lincoln fell asleep in bed with us too, but the girls were still up. And about 10 till 8, Grace like needed something, and I was like, "It's bedtime." Well, wake up! It's bedtime. Let's go
Wake up! It's time for bed. Oh, that's funny.
It was great to see everybody. That was the first night though that we didn't have like company.
Yeah, because we had some folks that came in late that couldn't make it to the Ranch Roundup, so they came in a little bit late to say hi. We had a couple that kind of odd, weird timing, but they drove here from Quebec. And were a day or two late for the Ranch Roundup.
They came yesterday. They just came to the store.
Yeah, so they were a few days late for the Ranch Roundup, and they were one of that group that obviously were later finding the channel, so they weren't able. So they figured they'd give us a couple days after the Ranch Roundup to recover, and then come down and see us while we still had everything set up, and that was kind of smart on their part. Yeah. So was there anything major about the Ranch Roundup that you would have changed?
No, I mean, I do really think my biggest frustration was that not everybody showed up and they didn't notify us that they weren't coming. I think that was my biggest frustration. But the actual day of event, like, I think everybody went great, or everything went great. I think we could have a few more like little activities for people to do. Weather was perfect. Like, it was
nice. It was
cloudy,
nice
but like warm, which was great. Nobody got heat stroke. Yeah, I don't want to cater next year.
You don't want to cater? You want somebody else to cook?
I would love that. Yeah, and I mean, I obviously like made the choice to do it, and I think everybody said the food was great, and I appreciate that.
It was really good. I didn't get a chance to try the lamb burger. We still have a little bit of lamb left, though.
Yeah,
right?
yes, we do.
So I'm going to try that. One of the big things that I was reading was people were asking, was there carrot cake left over?
Yeah, there was carrot cake. Yeah, because I prepped for 250 people. So I made plenty of food for 250
So we're going to be eating carrot. So if you happen to be up this way again, or you're still on your vacation, if your vacation started with us and you're going to be on your way back, feel free to stop by and grab yourself some carrot
Well,
cake.
I didn't get it in the freezer, so I think the pigs are going to eat most of it. It was that recovery period. We got done on Saturday, and Sunday we did cleanup, and Monday I did my weekly produce baskets for Edible Prairie Project. Tuesday we opened the store. Yesterday was like kind of normal. We had some visitors. We went to bed early. Today I went to spearfish. Like, we've just been still running. So
Doesn't stop.
We're going to change the date next year. I mean, that's something too, like we are not going to, our kids started week, you know, or started school that week. Like we're not doing that next year.
Our kids started week that school?
They were week. Like, poor Gracie by the end, she was tired.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
So yeah, we'll make some adjustments.
So we're gonna have a carrot cake flavored pigs. Is that kind of the plan? Nice.
Yeah,
That'll
I think
work out
even
well.
like if we hire a caterer for next year, like it's going to increase the cost, and we'll make sure that there's more stuff to do, and I'll still make carrot cake.
Yeah, so. And we do have a few options out there for other folks that we can have come in and cook, YouTubers, that kind of thing. Maybe we're definitely, the weird thing about, like, we started selling tickets back in November of last year. We really didn't start planning until we knew that we could sell tickets. So we didn't really start planning until after the first of the year, kind of thing. Started putting stuff together.
Well,
but this year, I mean, it's like we barely got done with the last one, and it's like, okay, we got to do this, and this for next year.
And we did we'd plan, and then nothing would happen for months, and it was like, oh yeah, maybe we should do some Ranch Roundup stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think now that we know what to expect, I think. And
you got to keep this in mind. Next year, we're all going to be a year older.
I know.
Which means we have to find some new blood to come in and give us a hand. It's going to be, William Dunn took care of all the heavy lifting this year, but next year he's going to be another year older and probably broken in some ways. So we're going to have to find another young kid to come out and give us a hand and be the one that's going to step up and take care of all the heavy lifting. Jake Fensel was here, of course, and he was good for muscle, but we're going to have some people step up. So $25 super chat there from Mario T's CJ Restoration.
Resto.
Do they only give you so many letters for a name? I don't know. I would love to leave the 9 and 5 IT gig for life on the ranch. You'd be surprised how much IT I do here on the ranch, probably because of YouTube and stuff like that. But even before that, just to have internet.
Give me Wi-Fi.
Yeah, give me Wi-Fi.
Give me Wi-Fi out there.
I need Wi-Fi at the tunnels for some reason because we have a weather station or a temperature monitor or something. You'd be surprised how much IT I do around here.
Good luck to you. I hope you can achieve that dream someday.
And JB Weld, $10 super chat with a silly question that just cost him $10. Who's the hunter with the solar panel under his Stetson? He's a cool cat. That would be Mr. Bob. The kids call him the giant hunter. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure somebody asked him while he was here. I think he is 6'9", 6 foot 9 inches tall. Big guy. Didn't let me live down my 1,500-pound remark. And I think
you called him 1,500 pounds.
I think I was talking about the whole group.
They're still not 50. There are only 4 of them.
I wasn't talking about specifically just him. The whole group might be 1,500 pounds. Somebody's going to have to go back and check the replay during the live stream. But we joke around.
300 pounds.
Okay. Well.
Almost 400 pounds.
Math is not my strong suit. Okay, number one. But no, they're a lot of fun. We always joke back and forth, of course, and they make fun of me, what I have for underneath my hat and all that kind of good stuff. So we definitely josh back and forth, and they're good guys. But his name is Bob. He's usually out here during hunting, and he's been in videos, and they've sang for us and all kinds of good stuff.
They'll be back in just a few weeks.
They will, like 3 weeks or something. Like they actually told me,
like a month.
They called me and asked me what I was up to, and I said, well, I was cleaning up a little bit, and they said, why? We're going to be back in just like a few weeks. Just leave it. We'll help you when we get back.
It's a whole month until they show up. So
yeah. Yep, exactly. Somebody contacted Cowboy Kent Rollins for next year. We've actually talked to Kent a little bit and maybe have a couple surprises coming up from him. So, and $20 super chat there from Long Ash Cowboy. Tell Bob I will be answering his EPP challenge through the mail. I don't know if Bob is watching. He probably, well, he hasn't texted me yet.
Thank you, Long Ash Cowboy.
Thank you very much. He has trouble typing in comments, so he'll text me during live streams. But he came up with that whole giving money to the Edible Prairie Project and stuff like that, which I really didn't mind, but a little awkward when we were there during the live stream. And he came up and so in the live stream, I finally figured out what was going on because we were getting ready to end things, and everybody's like, stretch it out, and I'm like, why do we have to keep talking?
Oh yeah, I was just like, what do we do? I knew it was like, what are they scheming?
Something was happening. So you're more astute than that. I was just like, ooh, they want to hear me talk more. I'll talk more.
No, I was like,
no, they didn't want to hear me talk more. They had something planned.
I was like, who's showing up, or what are they doing?
Right.
Was someone going to jump out of a cake?
Ooh, that's a good idea. Next year, if we do it again with the live stream, maybe we can have somebody jump out of a cake. Maybe Bob will jump out of a cake. We'd have to have a big cake, but
Yeah, so he donated $100 to Owl, which we don't need.
No.
We appreciate that. But then he also donated $100 to Edible Prairie Project.
right.
My nonprofit. So that was very generous, and other people did the same thing too. So it was amazing. It was the support for Edible Prairie Project was great because we had a silent auction that benefited EPP at Roundup. But it's awkward when people hand you $100 bills.
So weird. Yeah, it's like, I just want to give them all back. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Thank you.
I mean, like, that works out great. I'm going to the bar, so no.
I was super appreciative. And everybody who super chatted, because people gave us cash, it's, when you super chat, like, that goes to our Wyoming Life, but we were able to work it out with cash. And then the next day I was able to hand Megan all the cash and say, here you go. Like,
she's very happy. And we had the silent auction for the Edible Prairie Project.
And we raised
almost $2,500.
I think it was almost $2,600.
Oh, was it? The numbers keep changing on me.
I thought it was 25 and change. 2,400 or 2,500 and change.
Yeah, so that worked out great. We had some really cool items for the silent auction. One was a phone call with Zach Johnson, a phone call with Cody Creelman. I did somebody's voicemail. We also had a couple hats from Stetson. We had $1,250 donated towards a set of tires from Michelin.
And those sold for $950, so they got a great deal on some tires.
They sure did.
And that $950 is a huge contribution for
that puts a lot of food in a lot of people's mouths.
That'll go a long ways for our programming. So
did you hear the voicemail I did for Hannah? Hannah, I don't know if Hannah's here, but she won the voicemail. So it was funny because after I recorded it, I think she was going around telling everybody to call her so she could deny their phone call.
So she could send them to voicemail.
Yeah, so she could send them to voicemail. But the voicemail basically went something like this. Hi, this is Mike from Our Wyoming Life. Hannah can't get to the phone right now, but she'll get back to you as soon as she can. In the meantime, head on over to YouTube, check out Our Wyoming Life and Escape the Ordinary or something along those lines. So it was pretty fun. Yeah. It was a cool thing to do. $5 super chat there from Ivan and Uliana, who were here this year helping us out. Very cool. And
thank you guys.
Also, Susan Shamley, towards next year's Ranch Roundup, can't hardly wait. We did manage to get you a porta potty right next to the farm store.
Took it away.
I know. I was like, how much? I need to check with some folks and see how much that would cost to keep it there.
Well, but in the wintertime,
it might be handy in the wintertime.
I'll just go to the house.
Well, you don't let everybody come up to the house and go pee-pee.
Well, no customer has ever needed to use a restroom.
We've never had that happen, but it will happen eventually.
I made Dave come watch the store. Was it on Sunday? Somebody. I was like, I need the restroom.
Yeah, somebody go watch the store.
I think I made Dave watch the store for a minute while I ran to
Did you give him like a training lesson on how to do anything?
No, I just said talk to people. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know. It was either, I don't know what day it was.
I honestly don't know. They're all a mess. In fact, one of the cool things that happens to me all the time, that happened to almost everybody who was here helping out, was nobody knew what day it was. It happens to me all the time. And I think Matt put it best. I think he was on the ranch for like a day, and he was like, I've lost track of time. And I don't know why it's so easy to do here, because you don't really have like a set routine. It's not 8 o'clock. I jump in the shower, I get dressed, whatever. I go to work. Yeah. And then I work next to people all day long. It's kind of like you're just all over the place. So very different kind of environment, and I think people did manage to lose themselves quite a bit in there. One of the things that I'm going to do coming up, and I haven't told you about this, but tomorrow I'm actually taking the 360 camera, and I'm going to do a favor for Nurse Tammy, who helped us out so much during the Ranch Roundup, that I'm going to take the 360 camera and I'm going to go down. I don't know. She has her special place. What does she call it? Is that what she calls it, her special place on the ranch?
What does she call it?
Where she goes to escape.
Biggin, what does she call it?
Who'd you ask that to?
Biggin, he's here.
Biggin's
Dave's here. Yeah, see, he did watch the store on Sunday.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Thanks,
Dave. She goes to her special place, or her whatever she calls it, right? So tomorrow I'm going to go set up the 360 camera down there and make a video, however long the battery lasts, right? Just set it up to record. At her happy place. There you go. Yeah. Set it up and just let it record, right? And then I'm going to post that on YouTube as like an unlisted video.
Oh, so she can watch it.
So that she can go, and people know it has her happy place, yeah. So that she can go and just hang out in her happy place whenever she wants. And they with the 360 video, they actually make this silly thing that you can buy at Walmart Costs like $5, right? And it's like a little tiny box, and what you do is you put your phone in it, in this box, and then you strap this thing to your face, right?
Oh, yeah.
So then your phone's like right in front of your face, and then you can look around and how, you know, you move your phone. I might have to send her one of those so she can just strap this thing on and like sit in a chair and be hanging out in her happy place. So that might be kind of fun, and maybe eventually she'll give me permission to
Upload it.
to release that to the entire world. Or if I just don't have a video, I'll be like, hey, here's Tammy's happy place.
She hasn't told you where it's at, though. You're going to have to... Well, she said she has a couple of them.
Of what?
Happy places.
She won't tell me where it is.
Yeah.
I've asked her specific, where is it? Because she just won't do it. I think it's just that private to her.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go set up somewhere and just pretend it's hers, and then,
Long-eyed Cowboy said, TSA snagged my spun honey. Well, why did they do that? There was nothing wrong with your honey.
Huh, interesting.
Send me your address. I'll send you another one.
Oh, there you
I can
go.
mail it to you.
That's nice of you.
That's unfortunate. TSA, they're kind of jerks, man.
I know, they take everything.
Why'd they take that? It had a seal on it.
Ooh, that tastes good tonight for some reason.
Probably dehydrated.
Probably. Nothing like being dehydrated.
Oh, because it's a gel? It's not a gel, it's a food item.
Do we need to make some phone calls?
It's not a gel, it's bee vomit.
Somebody just wanted your honey, I think.
Right,
Is probably
yeah,
what
they're
happened.
just
Somebody
like,
was like, that looks good, and I haven't had lunch today. So, a white hat's a bit of a gamble for an agricultural man, don't you think? This is from Harry Dairyman with a $10 super chat. Sorry I missed the start.
What's an A? Oh, Australia.
Australia. Sorry I missed the start. Today is the first day that it feels like spring in Victoria.
Oh. Congratulations on springtime. Fall is here in the mornings.
This hat is actually my upstairs hat, is what I call it. This hat actually just lives upstairs. I wear it during live streams. I think I wore it for the Ranch Roundup, but I do have another hat that I work in the summertime.
It's not as bad this year, though.
No, not as bad. It's I'm keeping it cleaner for some reason. But
well, I think, now Stetson's been sending hats, so you got a little higher, quality hat than the $35 straw hat.
that's true, yeah. So, but yeah.
You've been a little nicer to your hats this year.
In the summertime, it's a white hat, white straw usually, and then in the wintertime, we switch back to a black felt.
Oh, it hurts my
Bless
rib.
you.
Oh, it hurts my rib.
Are you okay?
It hurts.
I'm sure the honey didn't go to waste, guys. Anybody here work for TSA? Can you tell us what you do with the stuff that you confiscate? Because I'd really like to know.
Just send me your address, Steve. I've got another one in the store, and I will send you one.
Are you going to burn or fire the hat this year? Well, that was there. Now it's gone.
Thank you, Lori.
We were actually discussing while the hunters were here during the Ranch Roundup what we're going to do to this year's hat.
It's not that bad, though.
It's still got to go. It's still got to go.
Geez.
Maybe I should just trash it over the next month. Then
You better get to work.
it's still got to go. We're still coming up with some ideas. We have
It needs more fire.
needs more fire.
Like the
more
tannerite
big
last year
boat.
needed fire.
Tannerite is non-flammable.
Well, it doesn't mean you can't
So it
make
just makes
fire
a big
with
boat.
the tannerite.
We could have if we would have thought of that, but we didn't think of that. We actually did try to make fire with it. We did mix gasoline. I'm pretty sure we put gas in it,
I don't
but
think you did.
it didn't make a spark. Yeah, we put gas in the pumpkin.
Oh, William says shoot it out of a cannon. You got a cannon, William? You want to bring
He's
us
got-
a cannon?
Drop it from a B-52 bomber. Oh yeah, I got one of those in the backyard. We'll go fire that thing up. We're going to come up with something, so we're going to figure it out. TSA took my seizure medicines, and I didn't find out until I was in New York for 3 weeks. And oh my gosh, that's crazy. It's a bad night for TSA, and we'll find out why here in just a little bit. First, let's take a look at tonight's sponsor. This portion of the Wyoming Life Weekly Roundup is being brought to you by the Cable Snooze Network, the first network programmed exclusively for people who like to fall asleep while watching TV. Why bother with any of the other 137 channels when you know that you're going to fall asleep anyway? The Cable Snooze Network. It's the least exciting thing on TV. That whole thing started with Mackenzie taking video of me sleeping on the couch. So it kind of went backwards. But it's been a long week, trust me.
It has been, yeah.
It's been a very long week. Do you have much of a coyote problem in your area? That's from Street Router.
Coyote or coyote?
Coyote?
You just said coyote.
Did I say coyote? Well, I was reading it. Coyote. I haven't seen that many. I've seen 3 or 4 this year so far. More in the spring, but they'll be back. They're always back here in the wintertime. So
Yeah, I mean, it goes in phases, so they're definitely around.
you haven't seen many rabbits this year. That might have something. Coyotes are probably keeping busy with them. So strap your hat on a calf and let them destroy it. That would be cool to do. I've been trying to figure out how to strap a GoPro on a cow for quite a while.
Well, you just need to try it.
Well, yeah. I just I don't want to lose a GoPro either. If I don't do it right, I'm going to lose a GoPro. Yeah. So, somebody had one of the, Jake Fensel, who's Matt Fensel's son, who was out here. Those little tags that they put on, like your keys, so you don't lose your keys?
Yeah, I put one of those on it.
Yeah, he said we should actually put one on the cow and see if we could track a cow that way.
What do you think they do all day? Walk in circles.
Yeah. Josh, Stony Ridge Farmer, said super glue or cock. At least he didn't say Staples. And curl it too. Yeah, no doubt.
Amy would just shake her head and say, "Get this off me."
Yeah, she's the one that figured out how to get the moo call off of her tail. She just rubbed up against the fence until it fell off. So, put a strap under the rib cage. Boy, we can pick a tame cow for these ones. Yeah.
We call them coyotes in Wyoming, JB Weld.
Yep. Have you ever allowing coyote hunters on the ranch? Yes, we have. We actually have had a few come in and call them. So, $1.23 from the Stony Ridge Farmer. Sweet.
Okay, we're done. We're tired now.
We're done. We made it. Yeah, just put us right over the edge. We're totally done. Oh, TSA destroys everything after 30 days. There you go.
Well,
Ivan would know.
Why do they keep it for 30 days?
He's worked TSA,
Why do they keep it for 30 days? What's the point? I
don't know. They say they destroy everything after 30 days. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. Been here from the start. Seldom post a message, walk softly, and carry a big stick. That's very true. And Stony Ridge is back with $1.24. Do you have many prairie dogs? We sure do. We're actually in the process of trying to eradicate a bunch of those using some different methods, so we'll see. Kind of hard to tell what works and what doesn't, but I know that shooting them doesn't work because you can shoot prairie dogs all day long and
they're still there.
They are still there. You can't shoot them faster than they multiply for some weird reason. So.
Thank you, JB Weld, for the $3.21.
I hope you guys are having fun.
Thanks, Josh, again for the $1.69.
Robert E. asked where I get my hats. They look great. How many do you go through in a year? Usually I just have one straw and one winter hat.
You typically have like a nice straw that will last multiple years.
Yeah. So the winter hat will sometimes last a couple of years too, depending on how hard I am on it. So if you're careful, you can make one hat last as long. I mean, my dad had hats that lasted years and years and years and years. So
if you worked in a ball cap, like you would do better.
Probably.
Haying is usually, if you make it through haying, you do pretty good.
And my hat ends up getting stuck underneath balers and all kinds of interesting things. So I still haven't baled it yet, though. I kind of want to do that. Maybe I could bale a hat one of these years.
That's pretty anticlimactic. Like, I mean, you're not going to be able to see it.
You could bale it and then see how long it takes for you to find it again. Actually, and then you walk out, a cow's chewing on it or something.
Yeah.
It might be fun. Can I play this game? Many more can play, that's right.
Thanks, guys. Our neighbor bailed a cat once. Nice. I've seen coyotes bailed. You bailed a snake.
I bailed snakes. I bailed part of an antelope one time. You get some weird stuff in the baler every once in a while.
Dave got a snake caught on a PTO shaft.
Yeah, that I wish I would have had on video. Right? That would have been awesome. That would have been very cool. So we had some rumors about a special guest at tonight's live stream, and if you follow Minnesota Millennial Farmer on Instagram or even on YouTube, he's been traveling throughout the area. And Zach actually did stop by the ranch today, but he's been on the road with 3 kids, his wife, and his mother-in-law for the past week. So we decided not to bother him with making him stick around. He hung out on the ranch for a little bit. We got some pictures. He got a chance to...
I wasn't here.
You were not here. I called you and I said, he's going to be here in like 2 hours, and you didn't make it back. You missed him by like 5 minutes.
I saw him in the vehicle. I was like, there he is.
Did you wave?
Yeah, but he didn't recognize our vehicle or anything. Yeah. So Yeah, I had to go to Spearfish today, so I missed it. He had said there was some communication. We thought he was leaving Yellowstone today, so I was like, "Oh, I'll be back, no problem."
Yep.
No, he was in Sheridan this morning.
Yep.
Much closer.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm glad you got to meet him, and yeah, showed him around.
Yeah, he took a tour, and we took his kids around, and they stole our kids' bikes and ran around, rolled around for a little bit.
Our kids were at school.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. But we do have another celebrity.
Thank you, Long Ash Cowboy.
Thank you very much. Photo of the armchair rancher and me. We got to get that done. We can Photoshop something for you. So we do have somewhat of a celebrity who did get a chance to send in his video after he made his appearance at the Ranch Roundup.
Wrenching from his keyboard, he doesn't even have to move. He's the armchair rancher, and he already knows more than you.
Hey gang, it's me, the Armchair Rancher, ranching from keyboard and monitor and keeping everything straight on our Wyoming life. So, this last weekend was the Ranch Roundup, and I was happy to attend, even though I wasn't invited, but I did make an appearance. I got a chance to get out there and show my stuff as I went out and fed bottle calves. You may notice I do not have my belt buckle with me. We're going to get to that. But also, I want to start, first of all, we're going to get to the part where I tell you guys everything that should have been changed about the Ranch Roundup, and I'll tell you about that coming up. But first, I want to talk to you a little bit about TSA and the problems that I had with even getting to the Ranch Roundup. Number one is that Feather Nuts was not allowed on the airplane. Apparently, she cannot be considered a service animal. Something to keep in mind when you're going to go fly. And second of all, I don't have my belt buckle anymore. I made it all the way to Wyoming with my belt buckle, no problem. On the way home, some TSA guy, some guy named Jeff, he decided that it could be used as a deadly weapon. So they took it away from me. I'm sure he's using it as a dinner plate or something, but I've got a new one on the way. So don't you worry about me. This last weekend, was the Ranch Roundup. I got a chance to head out to the Wyoming Life Ranch and show them what I got. I got out there, I did my whole thing. I went out and I helped feed the bottle calves. I had to get in. Nobody told me about this. I had to get in with the bottle calves. That was crazy. Did my whole thing, and then I got out. But while I was there, gonna do a couple special things, and that was head up to the house. Got to do a little snooping around, and that's where I found these, the infamous tiny hands. Feather Nuts, you're gonna have to park it right here. I'm not gonna tie you up, so don't go running off. These are the infamous tiny hands that Erin uses all the time, and you know what? I don't think they're that difficult to use. But I'm going to prove it today. Go Gadget, tiny hands. Not that hard. What else could have been changed about the Ranch Roundup? Well, I'll tell you one thing. One major thing. And that's that the Armchair Rancher should have had a bigger part to play. I wasn't even invited to the dang thing. I had to show up and sneak through the barn so nobody chased me off. But next year, much bigger role for the Armchair Rancher. That's all I have to say about that.
He's the armchair rancher, and he already knows more than you.
That's the crossover video for Armchair Rancher and Tiny Hands. I hope he sends those back.
That kid ain't right. Yeah, can I please get those tiny hands back, Armchair Rancher?
Do you need them?
Yeah. I'm going to send you a self-addressed envelope, and you can put those in.
That's funny. I don't know what to say. Get on Tinder, son. Yeah, no doubt. I don't know. What is that called when what do they do on catfishing or What is that called?
I don't know.
I read about it somewhere. Ghosting? I don't know.
No, ghosting is when you just disappear.
Oh, not good either way. I don't think it'd work out well for him.
Thanks, JB Weld. And we missed another super chat.
Oh, from Susan
Yeah, Susan,
again.
thank you.
Yeah, odd numbers. That I have no idea. I have no clue. Catfishing. There we go. Somebody knew what it was called. So
That's when you're like a fake person, right?
I don't know. I just know that there's a thing called catfishing.
All right.
Yeah. Mackenzie told me about TikTok the other day, which is like that new,
It's like the new Vine.
like Tinder or not? Is that like? No, I don't know.
It's like, you remember Vine? You
No.
used to watch Vine.
Really?
Yeah, you watch Vines. They're little 6-second clips. TikTok's like music and like short clips.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I don't have it, but I've heard of it.
Is it an app?
Yeah, it's an app.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day.
Noodling. What's noodling?
That doesn't sound right either. You mean MySpace, right? Yeah, of course, MySpace. I remember that.
Somebody was telling me rich people use MySpace.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know who told me this.
I need to get on MySpace and be like, hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? Our YouTube channel. Be my friend.
That's funny. That is funny.
I mean, there were so many people we talked to in the last week, like 2 weeks. Like, I wish I could remember who told me that, but somebody told me that, and I was like, oh, cool.
That's very odd. By merely updating the number, first annual design makes it usable. Well, that's true. Bob talking about our banners and how we can update the banners year to year. But I think, Coke actually made the banners
those for us.
Coke was one of the sponsors of the event, and they made the banners for us. So if they're back next year, I'm sure they would make us new banners.
Yeah, and
I think we could have different cows or different pictures.
Well, and a
or
lot of
whatnot
them
on
we
there.
can reuse because, like, we just did, like, parking 5 miles ahead.
Right.
And those don't have any, like, there was only 2 banners that we can't reuse. And one of them, like, we had everybody sign the banner if they wanted to, the one that we had on our stage.
Yeah, that one's actually up
That's
in the
an
shop
amazing
now.
keepsake for us to have. So,
Yeah, it's on the wall in the shop. Did you notice that?
yeah.
We got it up.
And Dave and Tammy took a banner home.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, they took the other first annual.
They did? I didn't know that. Did you give them permission to do that?
Yeah, Tammy said, Mike be mad at me. And I said, no, it's fine.
Well, I'm not mad. I'm just glad I didn't go looking for it.
What is noodling?
Isn't that how you catch fish or something? Where you stick your
It's,
hand down their
catching
throat?
catfish by hand.
There you go. See?
Why?
Why would you want to do that? I don't know. People get bored. I think it's. I don't even know where it happens. I don't even know where catfish are at. So
Down south.
yeah, there you go. So there's nothing good on TV. Did the ACR's mom make it to the roundup? No, he did take off pretty darn quick. She might have been in the barn. I don't know. I have no idea. In and out, he was.
I really, I was surprised how gracefully he got into the corral.
What are you talking about?
With Armchair Ranger. I thought for sure he was going to fall getting into the corral.
Almost did. Alrighty. Any other questions you want to throw up before we go pass out somewhere? Have to have better security yet next year. You know, funny thing was, and I don't know if anybody noticed this, but when we were up on stage, we did our, Dave got up, he introduced himself and talked
Matt
about.
was up.
I couldn't hear a thing they were saying, so I really don't know what they
There's
talked
a
about.
speaker behind us.
And then Matt got up and did some talking and blah, 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 blah. And then we got up there, we did our whole spiel, and then we got down. And the very first person that met me when I got off the stage was somebody, and I've never met him before, but he lives out south here. And he must have drove by and saw all the cars. And he pulled off on the side of the road and walked through the front gate. Nobody stopped him.
Well, because we were busy.
Right. Walked through the front gate. Big signs that say ticketed event, ticket holders only. He walks right through the front gate. He's the first one to meet me when I get off the stage. And he looks right at me. He goes, is any of this stuff here for sale?
We had
was
2
like-
neighbors stopping to say,
I
when's
was
the
like,
auction?
Yeah, somebody out. Yeah, we had people ask when they. But
So we're going broke.
people were probably waiting for that to happen. But he said, "Is any of this stuff here for sale?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, and then he said, "Well, what's going on here?" And I was like, "We have a YouTube channel, and this is a subscriber meetup," which was like talking to a wall.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of an older gentleman, and I don't think he knew what I was talking about. So I think this was because Steve did work the gate for quite a while until
This
we
was
managed.
after.
This was after that, and he just yeah, you just wanted to know what was for sale here. And
It's so weird
and
that
why
he wasn't
why
like-
are all these people
it's
here if
so,
this
like,
stuff isn't for sale?
Sure.
Because in here, I mean, auctions are a big thing. So
Yeah.
when everybody gets all their crap out and parks it in their front
Yeah.
yard, they're having an auction. Here on our ranch, if we park all of our crap out, we're having 200 YouTubers come in and hang out with us.
Yeah, I mean, so it's what's weird is that he stayed like through like everybody, like, you know, Matt and Dave being up on stage and like us being up on stage and like
I
we
should have.
weren't
Did
talking
Matt or
about.
Dave? Did you notice a guy standing right up towards the front of the stage? Because he was right there when I got off. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and like obviously we weren't talking about like what items were for sale or please see the enclosed auction list or the auction list and stuff.
Yeah.
Like no, and like we're obviously not auctioneers. So what's awkward is weird that he stayed through all that and wasn't like, huh, maybe I shouldn't be here.
Maybe I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah, no, he just stayed. Super chat from Ivan.
And the sponsor of our Wyoming Life is me, and like me, we super chat. I didn't know you were sponsoring us, Ivan, but thank you very much. And JB, well, did you figure out the new herd size yet? I'll have a video coming out about that as we get a little bit closer, but
We're gonna preg check.
yeah, we're going to preg check also first, and then once we know what we're getting rid of at preg checking, then we'll be able to actually narrow that down, because I think we're going to end up hopefully buying a little bit of hay in order to keep some cows, but who knows what's going to happen there. So we will figure that out as we go. So did Trump make it out to the ranch roundup? Nope. If he would have, though, everybody would have known, that's for sure. Farm fresh steaks. Can I come back out? You're welcome back out anytime. You should have been here for Ranch Roundup. You missed the boat on that one.
Whatever,
man.
dude. That's our party. You can come the day after.
You can come to the after party, which is basically just cleaning up. So it's really not that much of a party. But hey, Zach showed up for the after party. I didn't make him clean that much up. So would you go to Devil's Tower, but this time make a video? You know, I've thought about doing that. It's hard to do because you have a lot of people
There's a
around
ton
you.
of people,
Yeah, so it's, you know, if you're taping and you don't want to have to blur out 900 faces and that kind of thing, it's kind of an interesting thing to do, and they won't shut it down for me. So we'll figure out something eventually, though. There's a lot of stuff around here that people don't get a chance to go see.
Yeah.
You know, Mount Rushmore. And I almost feel like we could probably, you know, be like, hey, let us make a video about Mount Rushmore, and can I go up and pick Lincoln's nose, you know, kind of
I mean, I would love for us to have that kind of stuff on our channel. It's not like that content is not out there, though. Like,
True.
I don't. It's a big giant rock. Like, we're not going to have a
Oh, the
different.
Devil's Tower.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're not going to. I mean, Mount Rushmore too.
Yeah.
It looks the same on our camera as it does on anybody else's camera. So if you're really curious about what it looks like, because it does look different from like a close-up perspective, I'm sure that you guys can find that. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it that you guys want to listen to us talk about a big giant rock, but
I really want to go pick Abe Lincoln's nose.
I don't think we're that special that they're
think that
going to
would
let
be-
us do that, and
I
I'm
think
not
that
going
would
to
be
go do
awesome.
that.
I would ask to do that. Susan asked a question here, and Susan's a big supporter through Super Chats, not a sponsor, but she's a supporter through Super Chats. The foreclosure sign story, please.
That was just-
We've told the story before, but I can tell it again. Well, you can tell it because it was
I
before
made
my
it.
time.
I
Erin
made the
that
sign. It was just Gilbert's sense of humor, so he just liked to mess with people. He liked to play the poor rancher part, even though he was not a poor rancher, and he just enjoyed like pulling people's legs. So actually, when I told my mom that people thought we were having an auction, she said you should put the foreclosure pending sign up.
Yeah.
So
Gilbert used to take that sign. He had another one before
I
you
made that. Oh, it was horrible. It was like Mackenzie made a sign.
Gilbert made a sign, but he would go and hang it up on the highway.
I think one of them. I think one of his hired hands made the sign.
Oh, well, that explains it too.
I think even like a letter was backwards. Yeah, no, it was-
So they would go hang it up out on the highway, and then people driving by would think that Gilbert was going out of business,
Yeah.
and they'd stop. And so then they'd stop by, and then they'd talk to Gilbert, because Gilbert really,
Yeah.
you know, he wanted people to stop by and say hi.
He wanted to get a rise. He just wanted to get a rise out of people. Like that's what he really wanted to do. He wanted people to talk about him, and he didn't care if it was negative or positive. He thought it was funny.
No, it's kind of like the internet, isn't it? It's like, hey,
Yeah.
they're talking about us, but
Yeah.
who knows what they're saying? And if you don't read comments, you never know. So, yeah, it was Gilbert. Matt hit it right on the head. Gilbert was the original troll. Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was. Yeah, he was a huge troll.
Yeah.
So we hang it up, and I think that next year, I think what we should do is, for the back of the stage, spend a little bit extra time, build the back. If we had extra time, Erin's rolling her eyes at me because
I'm not
like,
rolling my eyes. I'm just looking at you critically. Like we didn't have time to go to the bathroom on Saturday, so like you
I'm
got
not
to
going
work.
to build it on Saturday.
you
I'll
gotta
build it
work-
ahead of time.
Yeah. The lemonade stand was supposed to be built in December. What day did it get built?
I think the day of the ranch roundup.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you, hunters, for building that.
If I build a nice little backdrop, we could have the foreclosure pending sign behind us on the stage. That'd be kind of cool.
that would be neat.
Yeah.
Literally, though, that lemonade stand was supposed to be made
They
in
did a
December.
great job on it. If anybody, I don't think I really showed it that much in the video. I don't think I showed it at all, actually, because nobody went and took video of it. But the hunters took scraps
in the shop.
that were in the trash, in the dump basically, and turned it into a lemonade stand for the girls. The girls sold lemonade during the ranch roundup.
Made a killing. Thank you, guys.
They did really well. I think I asked Mackenzie and she said we're rich.
She did.
She said I'm going to get a hoverboard, and everybody said no, you're not. And I think the girls did right around $300 or something.
Almost $400 on the lemonade.
There was a $50 bill in there
Yeah,
for
that was
lemonade.
ridiculous.
Did they give somebody change?
No.
Somebody paid $50 for a glass of lemonade.
We did a donation. It was by donation only, and that's
Right, yeah.
And it's for like literally, I'm going to split it up and put it in their savings accounts. I think I told them each that they get one toy. Mackenzie literally said we're rich. I'm like, none of us are rich. But if someday mom and dad are rich, not you, kid.
Yeah. It was all in all, the ranch roundup was an awesome time.
Yeah.
Next year we're planning on doing it again. We're going to invite more people. We are going to
We're going to try and get all 200 people here. We're going to get 200 committed people here on the ranch. So be committed.
Mike, you model for Wrangler. I wear Wrangler jeans. I'm really sure this shirt isn't a Wrangler shirt, is it?
You don't really have.
I think this is like a generic shirt. Can you see the tag? It's like a generic brand.
It doesn't. It says large.
Okay, well, it's a large shirt.
Covalis Club.
There you go. See, it's not even a Wrangler shirt. It's some weird, goofy Sam's Club shirt or something. But no, I don't model for
Baller
Wrangler.
on a budget.
Yeah, no doubt. Something like that. Wake me and mom, let him have fun with the money.
Who's supposed to have fun with the money? Lincoln?
I don't know.
Mackenzie? Mackenzie would spend all of it.
She would come back with a whole bunch of toys. Anyway.
No, but we put, like, it's for their college fund. I'm not going to let people, like, donate money and then be like, yeah, let's go to Walmart. What do you want on Amazon? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to teach them responsible, how to be financially responsible.
Yeah. Fiscally responsible.
Yeah. And even though Kenzie's like, what's a savings account? Because we have one. We don't really talk to her about it yet. We need to work on that.
I don't know. You tell them what it is, and then all of a sudden they're like,
I know.
hey,
If I told her how much was in there, she would.
Like, I'm really rich. I have a whole $1,000. Do you have a tentative month for next roundup? Upping the guests numbers. I was trying to get to that. Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks for the reminder.
Next year. So, if you were here, you noticed maybe that there was construction at
Highway 50.
on Highway 50.
Yeah.
And you could avoid that construction. If you were staying at the hotel that we put people in, you could actually avoid it real easily. But by June of next year, that construction is actually going to be all the way down on Highway 50, and there's no way to get around that.
Gary says you look a lot better tonight.
Who said that?
Gary's shorter.
Oh my gosh, Gary actually said something on the live chat. I've never seen that before. So we're kind of tentatively planning for August still, but probably more towards the beginning of August. Is that kind of what we're thinking?
We originally, I was like, let's do it in June. It'll be green. It'll be pretty. We'll do it between Branding and Hain.
But we would have construction.
We'll have construction. And so...
road construction, not ranch construction, by the way. It's actually road construction that's going to...
It is going to be...
Everybody's going to... If we do have it during that time, everybody's going to complain about it. So
I'm thinking probably in August. July is pretty much taken up with Hain, although we'll end in July, but then Mackenzie's going to be old enough to do fair. Probably, and then Grace's birthday is the beginning of August. I don't know, 10th-ish of August. We have to look at a calendar.
I don't even know. What are the Saturdays in August? I really don't have any clue, but we'll figure it out. So...
Yeah, it'll probably be earlier August. I would love to do it in June, but this construction, it's not going to be done.
Yeah, so if anybody knows anything about Wyandotte or whoever, Simon Construction or whoever's doing it, if they can get it pushed ahead a little bit, that would work. But
They don't care about us. How's Jackalope population?
Population? The population's doing great. We're going to start issuing tags here pretty quick. Somebody asked a while ago, Kylie asked how old Bambi is.
4 or 5.
Yeah, she's 4 or 5 years old. She's a delinquent, is what she is. We after the ranch roundup, obviously, her and Blonde Cow were up here for the ranch roundup.
Christy just brought up a good point. Have to stay away from Sturgis. Can make travel crazy. Hey, don't rain on our parade, Christy. Well, we gotta look at a calendar.
Yeah, we definitely need to figure it out. Bambi and Blonde Cow and their calves were up here for ranch roundup and hanging out, and we took them back. Not the day after. I think they stayed Monday. So we took them back on Monday, and it was just almost as hard as getting them here. Blonde Cow, no problem. Calves, really no problem. Bambi, so mad.
She's so much attitude.
So much attitude in that cow. She's not happy about being here. She was, I don't know if I didn't actually go see them during the ranch roundup. If somebody did, let me know.
I saw Bambi just getting loved on.
I saw some video because,
getting her neck scratched, and she was just hamming it up.
Like, she was having a good old time. Yeah. I did see some video where she was hanging out with folks, and really do thank you to Matt Fensel, who was here for taking video during the ranch roundup. Also Zach Hewitt, who's another one of our moderators who couldn't make it tonight, but he took a bunch of video for me. In fact, he got his drone out and flew that around for me. Blake Brown from Guy in Wyoming got me some video as well, because I really didn't have any time. I don't know where I was thinking that I might have time to take even like 2 seconds of video. You had a little bit for me, actually.
Well, because I made an effort from my phone, because I would stop for 5 seconds and take some video.
I really didn't think about that. And like for next year, we almost have to have somebody that's just like in charge of posting stuff to social media. Like I think it would be interesting for folks during the ranch roundup that if we posted on Instagram or Facebook during the roundup, and here's what's going on right at this minute, that'd be interesting for folks that can't be here.
I take like a break. Like today was the first day I posted on social media since like last Friday. I was just like, I needed a break.
Yeah, I get that.
Like it's not hard to post social media, but like you do have to be creative and you have to come up with stuff, and it was too much work.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we just kind of needed a break this week.
Yeah, a lot of places fair is first week of August. We also, some people. Yeah. The bad part is you're never going to please everybody. I mean, that's obviously.
I mean, we just
for us, it's more like doing it before our kids go back in school.
Yeah, we might just have to suck it up and do it in June with the construction. I don't know. June,
if we do it during construction,
August.
like everybody will complain about having to drive through the construction.
I'll find out where the construction is going to be at the end.
Unless we send people all the way down to Bright and back up and around.
I'll call Carrie.
Be like, you're going to have to go down Hoe Creek Road, take a left on the junction there, and come back across through Farmer Smith's field, and follow the section line until you hit the end of the fence, and then take a left. And
I mean, the reality is that tickets are not going to go on sale until well after the first of the year, and so. Well, we might announce the date before then. But.
Yeah. Somebody else asked about levels of tickets, and I missed that way back when. But if you have any ideas for Ranch Roundup, feel free to shoot us an email or whatever, and we'd be happy to look at some new ideas, different things that we can do, and how we can do it differently, and make it better.
We may or may not listen to you.
We'll read them. Always read them. I mean, that's no problem. A small cage of jackalopes for people to come up and pet. Except for you get bit by one, you'll die.
Rabies.
So, yeah.
Instant rabies.
Need a YouTube visitor center. Yeah, that'd be nice. A golden ticket. Yeah. So,
live webcam for those of us who can't be at Ranch Roundup next year. Oh, that's a possibility.
I have a live webcam, and I actually seriously considered, like, all I really needed to do was turn it, and you guys could have watched the whole thing. Again, just ran out of time. T-shirts. We talked about doing that. Ran out of time.
More December planning.
More December doing. We had no problem with planning. Planning was not an issue. Mike, you should do this. Mike, you should do this. Mike, you should do this. That was no problem.
Well, you should have done some more of that.
See, there you go.
Get a snake handling preacher to come.
I thought that was you, man. I thought you were going to be here for that. We could put people on bowls. Yeah.
No. We could have a mechanical bull ride. Yeah, we need merchandise. We were gonna do merchandise and have like a table and stuff. We ran out of people. Like we
would have had to have somebody there to watch that.
We asked our volunteers and our moderators and stuff. Like we asked them to do a lot, and like with having to do the food, like that tied up a lot of people into food. So.
Oh yeah, we had people this is a funny story. We had 2 people that were dedicated for an entire day into stuffing pretzels and mixed nuts and.
Snack baggies.
Yeah, snack bags that never left the house. Yeah, never left. But we made them. There's a ton of snack baggies downstairs.
We've been snacking on them.
Yeah, I've been grabbing a few here and there. I mean, they're good. Sorry you didn't get to have them, but.
Yeah. And then, Jen and Gabe, they bought tickets and they worked their little butts off on Saturday. So
Yeah, and they were here for one day. That was crazy. They flew in. Saturday morning?
I think so. Because they weren't at live stream.
Yeah, they flew in Saturday morning.
Left Sunday.
And flew out Sunday morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, or whatever
Did
time
they
it
fly
was.
from Casper?
I have no idea. All I know is it was early. So, that kind of stuff just blows me away that people want to, hey, I'm gonna take a 1-day vacation to Wyoming and work my tail off for that entire day. So.
I sent them a care package.
Did you really?
Yeah, you knew about
nice of
this.
you.
You helped me pack stuff the
Oh
other
my
day.
God! Why you gotta burst my bubble and pretend? JB Weld said we should get the real JB Weld to sponsor the us or the ranch. I thought you were the real JB Weld this whole time. Dang, they flew into Gillette. See.
Oh, okay.
If ever we say anything that's wrong, somebody will correct
they
us.
will.
It's the rule of the internet. So, as we wrap things up for tonight, people want to.
Yeah, I mean, I know tons and tons of people want to help volunteer and stuff, and you guys have been super generous in asking us or offering volunteer. I think we're going to work something out so that maybe some more people can come and volunteer. Reality is, too much help is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there was times this year even it was hard to delegate and figure out what to do with everybody that was here on the ranch. And we can do some pre-planning and work that out and stuff. It's not that we don't want you guys here. It's just that it has to be. We have to figure out how to make it manageable so that there was plenty of times when you were like, well, just tell somebody what to do. And I was like, I don't know what to tell somebody to do. Okay, because it's just easier for me to do. We're not good delegators because we do work alone or we work together.
It is weird. And that's one thing I don't know if people get that quite, but 364 days of the year, if something needs done, one of us has to do it.
Yeah.
And then, so it's hard to be able to say, well, go do that for me. And then not want to follow along and go, well, you're doing it kind of
right. No, I mean, and our help was great. It was amazing, the help that we did have. But it is hard for us to delegate and stuff. And I mean, we always hope that we're going to be more prepared so there'll be less to do the week of. So, I don't know. We'll, hopefully we'll find a way that we can get some more volunteers on the ranch. But a lot of people came for the whole week and stuff, and I don't know if it's going to have to. Our moderator crews.
Somebody had a good idea, and I thought about this too. Delegate the delegating, which actually isn't a bad way to do it. You find somebody and say, hey, you know what? You're in charge of volunteers.
But we had a board.
Our volunteer coordinator. Say.
Yeah, we had a board, and it was
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, do this and stuff, but very much so throughout the day, you and I would check in on that list and make sure that it was. I mean, we're control freaks, and that's fine. It's our event. Ultimately, if somebody had left unhappy, and somebody didn't even come and they were unhappy, that's on us. It's not on our volunteers.
That was my eye roll, by the way. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not on us. It's not on the volunteers. People leave upset with me and Mike.
One guy didn't even show up and left upset because you were cooking, which is the oddest thing ever. The guy was mad because Erin was cooking and it wasn't a catered event.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting.
Can't make everybody happy.
No, not at all. So.
Yeah, a volunteer to coordinate the volunteers. Something. I also always think we'll have our poop in our group and we won't need really that much help. Mm-hmm. Lemonade stands can be built in December. Hint, hint.
So now it's built. I'm good. I might modify it a little bit though. See, I can't keep my hands out of it. I walked by it today and I was like, I probably would change that because that just bothers me.
We did so much cleanup though, the ranch, thanks to our crew that was here the whole week before, the ranch has never looked better. You did a lot before people came, just piles of wood and stuff that had been sitting, it's all gone. So
it's not all gone. It's just out of sight, out of mind.
So
yeah,
it's moved to where it should have been put when you disassembled the old corrals. Yeah. So unless there's major construction projects.
You're correct. There is always one in every crowd that will not be happy. All right, guys, we're going to hang it up for tonight, but thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Of course, be sure to thank your moderators. They're the ones here that are keeping everything straight, including me at times, because I do get text from them occasionally when Matt says, move on, or stretch it out for some weird reason. So that's it for tonight, but be sure to stick around in the upcoming weeks. What do we have coming up? We've got, before too long, we're going to be selling calves. We're going to be preg checking here before too long.
We have a few weeks of kind of I was thinking about that. It's like, what are we going to make for content for the next few weeks?
I've got to make a video for Sunday, and I really don't have a whole lot going on except for cleaning up from Ranch Roundup. So we'll find something to do. We're also going to get back into the project list a little bit better and be able to hit that. Erin's going to be back out. Well, you're not. Are you going to be in the garden doing something?
Yeah, we got winter gardening.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot to do, a lot coming up. September is kind of our catch-up month, so there'll be a lot of that. Weather's going to cool off.
Yeah.
Life will change. Soon it'll be winter and everything will be white, and you'll be very happy that you're not hanging out on the ranch. But we'll still be here.
Looking forward to that. And
we promise we're not going to bore you too much more with any talk of the Ranch Roundup, but it is in the works for next year. Keep that in mind, and we will make it happen once again. So with that in mind, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in our Wyoming Life. Say bye, Erin.
Bye.